Now, pathetic flesh bags, we will review Bad Boys Ride or Die. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard. This is Random Street Theater, and I have seen Bad Boys Ride or Die. Yeah, I don't remember Bad Boys for Life all that well. And, I watched this movie and I was like, I kind of remember that. Before I get any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean then pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. You'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe. You'd be doing your part for a better world. Now, Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's a movie. What you have is... Bad Boys is kind of like discount Lethal Weapon, which is kind of sad because Will Smith is one of the greatest living actors. Say what you want about him. A lot of people have talked a lot of trash about Will Smith, and he's definitely a character in real life, but one of the world's greatest living actors. Dude is awesome. And he actually said, I heard an interview once where he said that Memorial Day weekend is Big Willie weekend. All right? He said that. He said, it's Big Willie weekend. It's a movie weekend where he comes out with a big film, and he didn't do that this year. I guess he hasn't done that for a while, but it's not Big Willie weekend anymore. So the world has just gone upside down. But you have two detectives who are the bad boys. They are the guys who will do anything in order to get the case done, right? And their captain, you're very indebted to your captain. You have a strong bond with this man. Died in the last film, I believe. And now in this film, he's being smeared. All right? They're saying that he was guilty of doing some embezzling or something. And that embezzling is, so obvious that it's too stupid to be real, but everybody's acting like it is. Then you have the two detectives played by Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. And Will Smith has always been the loose stepper. He's not a family man. He's a womanizer. That's how he ended up with an adult son who is in prison. And he's just this dude who goes crazy and does the insane things and acts like he's invincible. And Marcus has always been the family man. Well, in the beginning of this movie, Will Smith gets his ass married, and Marcus, the family man, has a heart attack, and the heart attack causes him to think that he's invincible. Okay? So you've got Lawrence's character is running around being like, yeah, dude, nothing can hurt me. I'm invincible. And Will Smith being like, okay, this is heavy. Right? And the whole time, they have to solve the case. Right? They have to bring people to justice. They have to make things work. Right? Beyond that, basically, if an AI were told to scrape buddy cop scripts and then amalgamate them into something, that's what you have here. You have a compilation of buddy cop scripts that, it's a lot of things that have been done. Some of the set pieces, like the sequence on the helicopter was a little hard to follow, but it was well done. I will say that. And if you see the film, you'll see that. The ending set piece was absolutely awesome. I loved the fact they went to an abandoned amusement park of some kind, and there were alligators and smoke and gunfights and all that kind of stuff. And Marcus had to be smacking Will Smith around because he ain't been acting like Will Smith. So yes, that was all very nice, okay? However, one of the big problems with this movie is that it's just so forgettable. It's nothing new, it's nothing interesting, and it's just not built off the strength of characters. And it's one of those things that, yeah, okay, it is what it is. It is a film dedicated to this particular genre that was much more popular in previous decades and has very much kind of fallen by the wayside. But, do understand here that I probably would have liked this movie a lot more if I didn't have such high expectations of Will Smith. I mean, Martin Lawrence, great actor, and he was on his A game in this. Okay, Will Smith, I felt he was kind of phoning it in, and I mean, it's like, again, say what you will about the man, he's a phenomenal actor. I mean, dude, look at him in Concussion. It's almost a completely different person, in Concussion. This dude is a total chameleon. He's one of the world's greatest living actors, and I've enjoyed almost everything he's done that I've seen. But this, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much. And part of it is probably because the flip dynamic is not something I really remember. I don't remember the first two films. I don't know if I saw them or not. All right? I remember them existing, but I don't think I've seen them. And they may have defined characters better. And this one was relying off the momentum of the previous films. In fact, if you are going to watch Bad Boys Ride or Die, you should probably watch Bad Boys for Life directly beforehand so that you can feel the continuation of the story better. Because there are elements and there are people who you don't remember and don't understand. So it's like, what is going on? I mean, this is a reference to a previous movie. This comes from that, and we need to get that. The other problem with this movie is that whereas the villain was particularly evil, he was not particularly memorable. Remember something, is like, everybody knows Darth Vader. It is easier to recognize Darth Vader than it is to recognize Luke Skywalker. A hero is only so good as the villain he faces. Because if you walk in there and the villain's not a threat, the villain's not memorable, it's not gonna feel like you did anything real. It's like Will Smith, quite frankly, has more of a time fighting with his own demons as a character in this movie than he does fighting with the enemy. And whereas his own demons are big and powerful, you do have to remember that there is a guy with a gun who should be bigger and more powerful than the demons. So they're a secondary villain. Excuse me. But yeah, look, Bad Boys Ride or Die is not a bad movie. It's just not a good movie. The summer blockbuster season is starting out very lackluster with movies that, quite frankly, I am not feeling. Right? I mean, Furiosa was probably the most must-see of them all. And beyond Furiosa, you look at these films and you think, well, they're okay. Okay, so Bad Boys Ride or Die, it's not a bad film. And in fact, there is some weight to seeing it in the theater, unless you have a nice setup at home. But ultimately, it just belongs in the middle of your watch list. If you're going to the movies and you don't know what to see, this is a fine enough film. If you're not going to the movies, this is not going to get you out the door to go see that movie. But that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. I'm Richard. Greetings, humanity. Once again, Fred the Facehugger here, reminding you to comment, like, and subscribe. And of course you should do that because, if you look, I am wearing 2 bracelets. These bracelets are from 4Ocean, a company that pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time somebody buys something from them. Well, the owner of this channel has pledged to buy 1 bracelet for every 1,000 subscribers. And it's a very, very dirty ocean that you dirtied. So you should help him out and comment, like, and subscribe. Therefore, having him more subscribers so that he can buy more bracelets and clean that ocean. Or, yeah, I could fulfill my life cycle and hug your face. Don't you want a hug? Come over here. I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a hug right now. Yes, come over here, polluting human. Let me give you a hug.